Spread the tent inner out on the ground and stake the four corners so they pull directly out from the center of the tent. Pull the two endpoints taut and stake out. Completely assemble the green hubbed pole. Position the hubbed pole lengthways down the center of the tent and insert its pole tips into the endpoint's grommets. Swivel the hubbed cross poles so they are positioned on top. Clip the hooks on the tent inner to the poles, starting at the top, working your way down. Insert the tips of the cross poles into the grommets of the tent inner on one side and then on the other. For extra stability, the hoop can be set up as a self-standing structure using two optional cross poles. Assemble the two grey cross poles. Thread each cross pole through the receiver at each end of the tent and insert the pole tips into the corner grommets. If conditions are dry, in warm climates the hoop can be used without its Rainfly to provide maximum ventilation as well as protection from insects. Once the tent inner is clipped to the frame, lay the Rainfly over the tent and loosen the webbing straps. Connect the tips of the hubbed cross pole into the Rainfly grommets. Secure the Rainfly to the tent by connecting the side release buckles. When all 6 buckles are connected, tension the webbing straps until the Rainfly is taut. Pull out the vestibules at each end of the tent and stake them down. If it is windy, use the guy points to give further stability to the tent. To increase airflow through the tent, prop open the vents above both doors. To protect the tent floor when camping on rough ground, an optional tent footprint can be used. To save weight when hiking, the hoop can be set up using just the Rainfly and the optional footprint. Lay down the footprint with the MSR logo facing up and stake out the 4 corners and the 2 endpoints. Lay out the main hubbed pole and insert the pole tips into the eyelets at the endpoints of the footprint. Lay out the Rainfly upside down and connect the side release buckles to one end of the footprint. Pull the Rainfly over the poles, connecting the tips of the cross poles to the grommets on the Rainfly. Secure the other end of the Rainfly in place by connecting the side release buckles. To complete this lightweight setup, it is a good idea to stake out the guy ropes and vestibules to add support to the tent structure. There are numerous ways to pack up your tent. It can be stuffed, rolled, or folded. All techniques are acceptable. Here is one suggested technique that works well. When breaking down the poles, it is best to start in the center and divide the poles in half. This evenly stretches the shock cord, ensuring a long life. This also makes it easier to separate the poles. Fold the tent inner to roughly match the length of the tent bag. It is good to brush off any dirt at this point. Fold the Rainfly to match the width of the folded inner and lay it on top. Place the pegs and the poles in the center. Fold the tent and the Rainfly over the poles and roll it up tightly. Finally, do not store your hoop wet or damp. If it is packed wet, unpack your tent as soon as possible and allow it to dry out completely before storing. Do not leave it packed wet or damp for more than 24 hours, and in hot or humid conditions, do not leave it packed for more than 8 hours. Mold and mildew can develop quickly, causing irreparable damage to the fabric.